It's a lovely Wednesday here again in Namibia. It's quite cold. I'm coming down with a cold. I'm hoping it's nothing serious because I don't want to be bedridden. I don't want to be. I don't want to be forced to be in bed all the time. I want to be able to go to the farm over the weekend. But I attended last week Friday, the 16th of August. I attended Agri for Youth conference, which brought different farmers from different walks of life, different areas, different fields of farming, some agri-business people, of course, agri-entrepreneurs, who were just there to scout out and see the opportunities that are available. And the constant call that was being made was, young people need to get involved, take agriculture seriously. We need to get young people involved in agriculture, and we encourage them. And of course, the Agricultural Bank, the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Agriculture made the calls and spoke about the opportunities they are willing to avail for young people who want to get into this field, and what they are willing to assist them and how far they're willing to assist them. Look, I support the idea, and I always say, look, we need enough young people to get involved, not just in agriculture, but also in different fields. May it be policing, may it be nursing, may it be also education, may it be maybe in the airline business, maybe also in the military, maybe also be in the law and engineering and so forth, and in the IT industry. We need young, fresh blood and young ideas to get involved in these businesses. But in making that call, when I was called up to the panel and they asked me my opinion, I said, look, first and foremostly, everybody, each and every human being on this planet, I believe, has his or her own calling in life, what he should become involved in. But when you become involved in agriculture, you need to make an educated opinion on it. You need to understand what you're getting yourself into. It is not the same way. Agriculture is not the same thing as I would look at education, because education is a different animal. I don't understand education. The same thing as agriculture. Agriculture is a different animal, and it takes certain people with particular skills to understand what it takes. This is where I said, look, we all have our callings in life. We all have what we're meant to do. We all have how we're going to serve this country with our energy and help it reach the third and fourth industrial revolution. We all are going to play a vital role, but we all need to understand this. It is not for everyone to get involved in a particular business. It is not for everyone now to get up today and run and become teachers. It is not for everyone to get up today and run and join and become farmers. It is not for everyone today to get up and say they want to be lawyers. We can't have over 100,000 lawyers. What are we going to do with so many lawyers? Everybody has his or her place to play in this economy of this country. I continue to say, as much as agriculture is, how do I say, it's a nice way of living. You live on your farm, it's peaceful, you do have your stresses, but it's not the hustle and bustle of Windhoek, of the capital city or the city life. But it is not for everyone. We're all going to serve our country in each and every different way. We can say right now that I want to go into farming, is what was being said at the Agri conference, where I got up and I told people, look, ladies and gentlemen of this crowd, I don't know how to put this for you, but before you get into the field of agriculture, understand what you're getting yourself into. It's a lot of hard work, it's long days, it's slow money, and I mentioned a lot of things that you have to give up. You have to give up things such as, of course, the social life here in Windhoek. You have to give that up. You have to give up the fancy car you're driving to buy a farm bakkie so you can go to your farm and be able to work. Those are things that I pointed out. But let me touch on this statement that young people and some people thinking that agriculture will be the savior of the country's economy. That is wrong. We need to encourage more young people, not just to get involved in agriculture, but to get involved in different sectors of the economy. Whether it is in accounting, whether it is in education, whether it is in medicine, whether it is in conservancies, we need to encourage young people to get involved in the sectors. Because right now in Africa, particularly also here in Namibia, we have a situation whereby we are importing so many things beside agricultural food and so forth. We're importing even to the shoes that we wear. We do not have people locally who have this. We do have them who can make these things locally, who have the know-how, but do not have the money to really run these businesses on a large scale. Africa consumes a lot of IT tech. But the question comes down to this: how much of this IT tech are we producing in Africa? The laptops we use, the cell phones we use, the tablets we use, how many of those are actually made in this country? Even right now, when you look at our construction businesses, the large construction businesses, such as now the big businesses that need to be done, the big towers and the skyscrapers that are being built, aren't even being built by Namibians. They're being built by people from outside. I'm seeing a country, China is civil. What is that? We could have had Namibia civil engineering, but because our people aren't being given the opportunities and they are not being encouraged or invited into different sectors of the economy, all of them run into one thing. Most of them are either teachers, or most of them are either doctors, or most of them go farm, because they don't want to compete with the international companies. But I say again is this: I don't make this video to say that I'm scared of competition that might come in future, or competition that might come anytime soon with more people getting involved in agriculture. No. What I'm saying is, if people are to get involved in agriculture, for example, let me use myself. I farm cattle. What I would need is an abattoir. Someone who can get involved in agriculture by opening up an abattoir. That person in his abattoir factory can slaughter cattle and package them. And then we need a factory. Someone can open up a factory where they make plastic. The plastic packaging we use to package the meat. Another person can open a factory where he makes trucks with cooling components to transport this meat. Another one can get involved by saying, okay, cool, he's going to open up a shipping company whereby this beef is going to be put onto his boat and transported to Europe, Asia, and the rest of Africa, and the Americans, where the meat ends up. This is how we add value to the agricultural business. Not saying that the best way to add value into the agricultural business is by everybody farming. No, it is by other people getting involved. It's by different people of different skills getting involved in the agricultural business where they can contribute. If you are good at managing and running a slaughterhouse, an abattoir, then open up an abattoir. I, as the farmer, will supply you with the meat. All you need to do is buy the cattle, slaughter it, get someone to package it for it, and therefore get a market, get a shop. If someone can open up a shop where we will sell 100% Namibian products, from the meat to the vegetables, that assists the farmers. I encourage young people to get involved in agriculture, but I always say that before you get involved in this business, have an educated opinion on it. Have an educated opinion on it. Understand what you're getting yourself into. A lot of us jump in head first because we heard a beautiful story of a farmer making. We hear a lot of those stories even here in Africa, where you hear the richest farmer, I think in Zambia, is a cattle farmer, and then you hear the richest farmer in other country in East Africa is a farmer, and then everybody wants to get involved and say, look, if this guy could do it, why can't I also do it? And that's the problem. It creates a situation whereby, if you look even in historical books, whereby the people that found gold it's in Los Angeles, they found the first gold, they made money, and then once everybody flocked there to now find their luck and to become millionaires and become rich, it saturates a market, which means that the demand is no more there. As much as one person now maybe has a niche market when it comes to crop production in farming, when a lot of people get involved in it, it is a good thing. But again, on the end of the day, it creates healthy competition, but it also kills a market. Because now if you have 100 crop farmers producing the same crop, and one crop farm, there's a fungus outbreak there, and that fungus outbreak catches on onto each and every maize plant in the area, it literally hurts the market. But I say yes, young people get involved in agriculture, but as I said, have an educated opinion on this business. Understand what you're getting yourself into. Once you understand what you're getting yourself into and you have a clear-cut idea of what you're getting yourself into, go ahead and get into it. If you can't farm the cattle, if you can't farm the chickens, if you can't plant the crops, if you can't farm the pigs, if you can't plant the fruits, you don't need to go into farming. You can open up a supermarket and buy these products from these farmers and sell them to the public. You can do that. You can open up you can open up a trucking company with trucks with cooling containers to transport the products from the farm to the market. You can do that. That is how you can contribute in the field of agriculture, rather than our politicians now looking at agriculture and saying, agriculture is the is the golden pot at the end of the rainbow. We need to get into it. I say to these politicians that are encouraging young people to farm, yes, and I respect and I agree. But what I say is, encourage the young people not just to get involved in farming, but to get involved in other business opportunities too. Why can't we encourage young people to become tech giants? Why can't we encourage young people to build and develop tablets and laptops and cell phones that are produced here locally in Namibia? The components that are in our cell phones, if they can be produced locally in Africa, then we are winning. You know, the most simplest thing, like the car bumpers that are on all these vehicles, these different brands, whether it's BMW to Mercedes-Benz or to a Japanese brand Toyota or a Chinese GWM vehicle, all these components are not even produced in Africa. We import them. Maybe some of them are produced in South Africa, maybe some bumpers are produced there, but the rest of the parts of the cars have to come from China. The day that we can encourage young people by saying that we will organize funding the same way that the Land Bank said it will organize funding non-collateral loans to young people, maybe maybe we can also start doing that to young people that want to join other industries and be competitive. Because we can't continuously rely on foreign expertise to come build our buildings. We can't rely on foreign expertise to come plow our fields. We can't rely on foreign expertise to sell us their products. We need to start having internal products. It would be very nice, and I've said this 100 times, this country, we've been farming in this country for close to 100 years in this country, cattle and crops. But my country, Namibia, is beautiful and is with so much potential that it has. We do not even produce our own tractors. We still buy tractors from outside. We have never convinced a company like John Deere or Mercy Ferguson to open up a factory in this country so it can start building tractors here. We have never done that. We still import. So I'd say to the politicians, if they listen to this video, is this. It's honorable what you're doing, encouraging young people in agriculture. But I also say, encourage them in agriculture, but also focus on the other fields that they are also interested in. If it is IT, if it is agriculture, if it is education, if it is engineering, if it is manufacturing, and if it is law, or if it is even space travel, let us encourage them and let us give them the same support that you guys are currently now saying that you want to support young people that are interested in getting into farming. Give those young people such support so we diversify our economy. We can't still have an economy that relies on one single resource, and that is farming and our minerals. We need to become an economy that has other sectors in which we can create wealth and generate wealth from. Right now, the IT space is the golden pot. That is the chicken that's laying the golden eggs, and it has been laying eggs for a lot of countries. Look at a country like China, how fast it's growing. It's because of its IT. And that is what we need to encourage. We need to encourage the Namibian young youth to get involved in different sectors, not just focus on agriculture. Because for me, I always say the one shoe fits all policy doesn't work for everybody. But let's encourage young people, yes, to get involved in all sectors, so we can have more young people involved in them and keep these sectors running for the next 100 years. That is my 2 cents on what was said and what I was going to say at an agricultural conference. Unfortunately, my time was short. Thanks for watching, guys. For those that have subscribed and liked and shared, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And for those that always give me good feedback, I appreciate it, guys. Have yourself a good night.